Hello and Jai Hind all. Today we are going to learn the first chapter of your supplementary reading, that is Moments. As we have seen in the earlier video, that supplementary reading is just for pleasure. So we have to read and find pleasure in that. So we have 10 beautiful stories based on different subjects written by different writers. So you have to enjoy this genre of literature. So, in the series, we have the first lesson, that is the lost child. It is a very beautiful story written by Mulkraj Anand. Mulkraj Anand is a very famous Indian writer. He is called as the father of Indian writing in English, especially novels. The stories written by Mulkraj Anand, they are based on mostly poor people, their lives, their struggles of India, poor people of India who struggle in their life, who face so many difficulties in their lives. And his style of writing is very, very simple. Now, this lesson is a proof of that. Now, what is written in this story? The Lost Child. This story shows the working of a child's mind, how it works. It underlines the great love of a child for parents. It is based on the close bond that children share with their parents. How the children are attached to their parents. It is shown here. Now, the story deals with the theme that children love their parents unconditionally. Okay? And the true value of the parents is understood only when they are out of sight. It is generally said that the people, the things which we have right now, we don't have value of them. But as soon as the things go out of our sight, we immediately start loving them, missing them, and thinking about them. The same thing is underlined in the story, The Lost Child. So, this story is about the child psychology. Now, if you look at the title of the story, The Lost Child, the title is very appropriate. And the reason is the story deals with the child who is lost. Everything in the story describes what happens when the child is lost. And in the story, the writer focuses on the child's behavior before and after getting lost. What was his condition when he was there with his parents? He felt safe, secured, and that's why he gave importance to anything else, everything else that came in front of him. But as soon as he got lost, then he focused on only one thing, that is his parents. He wanted his parents at any cost. So, this is a wonderful story. Read this, listen to the video, and enjoy. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. There are mostly such kind of fairs organized in villages. बहुत सारे ऐसे मेले वगैरह होते हैं, जैसे जलना में दुर्गा माता का मेला होता है, like that. So from every wintry shade of narrow lanes, now it is a spring festival. So in this spring festival, people came out of the winter area, and from wintry shades of narrow lanes means from winter they started entering into a new season of sunshine. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys, they are significant because people coming out of wintry thinking emerged gaily clad humanity. Gaily matlab happily, full of joy. Clad, clad means wearing clothes. So people came there, they wore very beautiful clothes, shining clothes, and these clothes indicated their mental status. They were happy, and that state of happiness was reflected in their attire as well. Clad means wearing clothes, humanity. Some walked, some rode the horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. So you can see the people of all strata came there. And that's why the writer has mentioned here these sentences. Some walked, means they were poor. Some rode on horses, these were the rich people. Others sat, being carried in a bamboo and bullock carts. So people of all strata, all level, rich, poor, all of them gathered in the fair. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming with life and laughter. Now, the last sentence of the first paragraph focuses on the main character of our story, that is the boy, and he ran between his father's legs, brimming over. Brimming, मतलब full of, filled to the core with life and laughter. तो वो खुश था, एंजॉय कर रहा था और अपने पेरेंट्स के आसपास घूम रहा था. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. Being a child, he was attracted by everything else that surrounded him. So, he lagged behind. Though he tried to match his steps with his parents, but whenever his mind wandered, at the time he lagged behind. And what caused this? The cause was he was fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. So, as he was an obedient child, he followed his parents. But though he followed his parents, somewhere in his heart he was thinking about the toy which was receding. Eyes still linger. Linger, it means it moved around. उस टॉय के आसपास ही उसका दिल मंडराता रहता. द रिसीडिंग, रिसीडिंग मतलब मूविंग बैक, जो उसके पीछे पीछे जा रहा था एज ही वेंट विद हिज पेरेंट्स. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart. So, because of the call of his parents, he used to go to them, and then he matched the speed with them. But he could not separate the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old, cold stare of refusal in their eyes. So, the child knew well that his parents would not allow him to buy the thing. Still, he asked for them. He could not suppress the desire of his heart. Now, the old, cold stare. Old means he was very much known to that. जाना माना था, पुरानी चीज़ थी, जब ये मांगता था तो मना करते थे. And cold stare. Cold means he didn't have any emotions in that. So the parents refused the thing very directly. Refusal in their eyes. I want a toy, he pleaded. So whenever he wanted something, he pleaded, he requested. I want a toy, he used to say. His father looked at him red eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. So, whenever the child would demand something, the father would look at the child red eyed. Red eyed means angrily, in his familiar tyrant's way. Tyrant means strict and in harsh manner. वो गुस्से से बच्चे की तरफ देखते थे. That was the attitude of the father. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender. But mother was different. She was melted. She was melted means she became emotional by the free spirit of the day. The effect of the atmosphere was clearly seen on the mind of the mother. So she became very happy and she was more lenient, as usual, as it happens. Was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you?" So the mother knew how to take the child away from that toy, and that's why she tried to distract the mind of the child. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold. What a beautiful description. यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे कि राइटर ने कितना ब्यूटीफुल डिस्क्रिप्शन किया उस फ्लावरिंग मस्टर्ड फील्ड का, कंपेयरिंग इट विथ मेल्टिंग गोल्ड. क्योंकि मस्टर्ड फील्ड में द flowers they moved in a wave. So the poet imagines that they were melting gold. जैसे गोल्ड ही मेल्ट होके उड़ रहा है या फ्लो हो रहा है, ऐसा वो इमेजिन करता है. As it swept across miles and miles of even land. So it moved like a wave, miles and miles, दूर दूर तक फैला हुआ था. So that sight was attention arresting. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. So, what the child could see there, he saw a group of dragonflies and they were bustling around. Bustling matlab moving quickly, moving hurriedly about on their gaudy purple wings. Bustling about means around, here and there. They were moving here and there on their gaudy purple wings. Gaudy means bright. Gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly. Intercepting means disturbing, coming in between the flight of a lone black bee. You can see the different aspects of nature, elements of nature seen here. Like you can see the dragonflies, you can also see black bee, butterfly, all these things. And all these are beautiful things. And they are mentioned here to bring a liveliness in the atmosphere. एंड ये सब चीज़ें क्या करती है, माहौल को और ज़्यादा खुशनुमा बनाती है. तो इसलिए राइटर ने जानबूझ के इन चीज़ों को यहाँ पे ऐड किया है, ये बताने के लिए कि नेचर कितना खुशनुमा था. Bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. So they were also searching sweet things. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. He followed them with his gaze. मतलब उसकी नज़र उन्हीं पे टिकी हुई थी और जहाँ जहाँ वो उड़ रहे थे वहाँ वहाँ उसकी नज़र जा रही थी. Till one of them would still its wings and rest. Still the wing मतलब to stop flying. अपने पंखों को आराम देता और रेस्ट करता. And he would try to catch it, but it would go fluttering, flapping up in the air. लेकिन जैसे बच्चा उसको पकड़ने की कोशिश करता है, it would go fluttering, flapping. These words show the sound made by the wings of the butterfly and the dragonflies, flapping up into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. Come, child, come. Come on to the footpath. And the mother would call the child back on the way. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while. Towards his parents gaily. Gaily means happily. Already we have seen this word. And walked abreast of them. Abreast means side by side. वो फिर से अपने पेरेंट्स के पास जाता, उनके साइड बाय साइड चलने लगता. फॉर वाइल्ड बीइंग however soon left behind. But the kind of child he was, getting attracted by all the beauties around him, he would again left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So, what attracted him this time? The little insects and worms. जो भी insects, worms थे, they attracted him, and they were flying along the footpath, and they were teeming out. Teeming means to come out in large number. All the insects and worms, they were coming out of their hiding places, and the purpose was to enjoy the sunshine. उस सूरज की रोशनी को एंजॉय करने के लिए बाहर आ रहे थे. उसकी तरफ बच्चे का ध्यान आकर्षित होने लगा था. Come, child, come. His parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. So again, he would receive a call from his parents, and this time they were sitting under a tree in a grove. Grove means a small group of trees where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. एक कुएं के एज पे बैठे थे, वहां से उन्होंने आवाज दिया. He ran towards them. So this usual thing followed. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. Again, you will see the the writer has used the word young flowers. Means young is used to show, means fresh flowers. And again, he would have just said flowers. But the purpose of saying young flowers, that brings a kind of freshness to our mind. And that is the reason why he has purposefully put this word there. Fell upon the child as he entered the grove. And forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. So, he didn't pay attention to his parents. Now his attention was focused on the raining petals. पेड़ से गिरते हुए उन पेटल्स को हाथों में पकड़ने की कोशिश वो कर रहा था. But lo means look. He heard the cooing of the doves and ran towards his parents. The attention of a child cannot be arrested for a longer time. So The child also wandered time to time, because when he tried to focus on one thing, his attention would be uh, diverted by something other. And this childish nature is very beautifully reflected by the writer here. But lo, he heard the cooing of the doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove! The dove!" The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands, and now he would drop the petals down. "Come, child, come." This was the regular call by the parents. They called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree. अब बच्चा कहाँ गया था? In wild capers. Capers mean to skip or dance in a very happy mood, in a joyful mood. That is called as capers. Running in wild capers, उछल कूद करते हुए जा रहा था around the banyan tree. And gathering him up, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair, to the mustard fields. And now the parents gathered him, took him, and they took the narrow, winding footpath. और वो रास्ते से गए. छोटा रास्ता था. It was winding, means moving in a zigzag manner. Footpath, moving round and round footpath, which led to the fair, to the mustard field. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths, full of throngs, converging to the whirlpool of the fair. Now, as they went to the village where the fair was located, where the fair was arranged, the child could see many other footpaths, means many other routes, full of throng. Throng means large number of people. बहुत सारे लोग वहाँ पे आए थे. Converging मतलब coming together, converging to the whirlpool of the fair. Whirlpool here it means the center of attraction. So सब रास्ते अलग अलग दिशा में एक ही जगह पे आ रहे थे, और वो सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन था फेयर का. whirlpool of the fair. Here fair is compared to the whirlpool. That was the center of all the thing. And felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. So here the child could experience two things. First, the child was repelled. Repelled matlab he moved away from this thing. वो उस फेयर से डर गया था. And that's why he didn't like it. He feared it. He was afraid of it. So he was repelled. He was sent away. And also he was fascinated, means he was attracted by the confusion. इतने ज़्यादा लोग देखने के बाद सबसे पहले तो उसको डर लगा. That's why he was repelled. और दूसरा, इतने रंग बिरंगे तरह के लोग वहाँ पे आए थे, ये सब देख के उसको अट्रैक्शन भी महसूस हुआ by the confusion of the world he was entering. So finally they reached the fair. So this is the first part of the story. We'll see more about the story in the second part. Okay.